hello to all our dear viewers. Welcome back to the series that's taking the internet by storm, where every single episode is an unpredictable twist. After the moment, Diem finally found a safe haven, and Huyen began his journey to reclaim his stolen memories. Everything is about to explode. Are you ready? Let's dive into the analysis right now. The lethal return did Diem unwittingly knock on the attacker's door. The second that old creaky gate opened, fate didn't just bring Diem home. It dragged her into the epicenter of a terrifying conspiracy. Mr. Thu's eyes aren't showing joy. They're showing pure terror. What is he hiding? Could the place Diem considers a safe harbor actually be the home of the assailant who beat Huyen until he lost his memory? At the same time, Huyen, with a fleeting spark of memory about a flickering silhouette, is close by, relentlessly searching for the truth. This convergence isn't a coincidence. It's vengeance lurking in the shadows. The brutal truth is about to be revealed. Who was the attacker? What is the mysterious connection between Huyen and Diem? And will the kindness of the old woman be enough to shield them from the dark shadow hiding inside this very house? Do not take your eyes off the screen. This episode holds the most horrific secrets yet. Let's decode this mystery together. Like this video right now. If you suspect Mr. Thu, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single thrilling moment, and let us know. You are ready for the fateful showdown. Comment your predictions. Thu, or new mystery, is the one behind it all. The storms of life aren't just the roar of the wind. For Diem, they are thousands of malicious whispers, invisible lashes striking her soul. She walked through days where the sky was like a sheet of black silk, stretching endlessly like a bottomless abyss, swallowing every shred of hope. Her bare feet, now calloused and stained with mud, are the clearest proof of the maze of hardship she has conquered. Every step was an unspoken vow, a refusal to collapse before a cruel destiny. Diem's will, a tiny flicker of flame that seemed ready to die out at any moment, has never truly surrendered. She carried a single sacred and unshakable purpose that helped her cut through the thick darkness of despair. How many nights did she curl up under a tattered roof, listening to the buzzing insects like a mournful, sad soundtrack? She got used to the biting cold, got used to an empty stomach, but the loneliness, the homesickness was what truly wore down her spirit. She told herself, just one more step, just one more breath. And then when everything seemed depleted, when her feet could only shuffle forward, unconsciously, fate turned a corner. She felt a light, not a blinding glare, but a soft spot of brightness, like a saving lighthouse in the dark ocean. She had arrived at the doorstep of Mr. Thu's house. This place, in her memory, was a peaceful haven where scars would be soothed, where the darkness of the past would have to bow before the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Warmest aloha, my fellow companions. Please keep your hearts full of joy and an unyielding spirit. No matter what storms life throws your way, trust that a new dawn is always waiting. After a long journey full of tears, suffering, and moments that felt like they would never end, Diem's path took the most unexpected turn. The dark night had swallowed the moonlight, leaving the country road desolate and murky. Diem walked every step a major effort. Suddenly, a headlight shone directly on her. The sound of a motorbike engine cut through the silence like a call from another world. The vehicle stopped, and the gentle silhouette of a woman stepped off. Her face illuminated by the light radiated rare kindness. The woman, like an angel, taking wing in the night, saw right through the exhaustion that enveloped Diem. "Little one, where are you going alone at this hour? It's getting very cold with the dew settling." The woman's voice was warm and sincere, without a hint of suspicion or judgment. Diem, her voice, hoarse with fatigue, briefly explained her destination, the village where Mr. Thu's house was located. The smile on the woman's face instantly brightened. "How lucky, hop on. I'm heading back to that village myself." The chill of the night seemed to be pushed back by the warmth of the ride and this unconditional kindness. Sitting on the back, Diem felt the gentle vibration of the engine, something she had longed for. The woman occasionally turned back, gently asking about her well-being and journey. Those simple but shared words of concern were a wonderful tranquilizer for Diem's already damaged soul. The short journey came to an end. The motorbike slowed down and stopped. "We're here, my girl. This is Mr. Thu's house." The woman pointed toward a familiar but now completely silent wooden gate. She added, "I often stop by here to buy fertilizer and seeds. They are very kind people." In front of Diem was a house submerged in darkness. The gate was closed, the windows were shut, and there was no light gleaming anywhere. Clearly, Mr. Thu and his mother were in a deep sleep. A small feeling of disappointment flashed through her, but it was immediately replaced by a wave of peace. She had arrived. She had truly made it. The kind woman looked at Diem's situation, worry clearly etched in her eyes. "It's too late now, and it's cold. We can't leave you like this. Would you like to come back to my place and stay the night? You can come back in the morning." The offer was a gift too big to accept. Diem felt her heart overflow with gratitude. She had already received so much. Her thankfulness made her resolute. She gently shook her head, her eyes shining with determination. "No, thank you, ma'am. You've already helped me too much. I can wait here. I want to wait for Mr. Thu." The woman looked at her, seeming to understand the resilience in her words. She smiled a look of understanding and approval. "Well, keep warm then. I wish you all the best." After a touching goodbye, the benevolent woman turned and left. The sound of the motorbike faded and disappeared completely into the night, leaving Diem alone in front of the gate. Diem didn't feel lonely, not at all. She leaned against the cold wooden gate, hugging herself. It was a familiar scene, but this time felt different. Her heart was no longer heavy. It was light, filled with gratitude toward the stranger and the serenity of finally completing her journey. Peace spread throughout her mind like warm water, soothing her wounds. She had reached the threshold of safety. The incessant chirping of crickets, an ordinary sound of solitude, now became a gentle lullaby. The night was no longer frightening. Diem closed her eyes, falling into a peaceful sleep. Her soul finally, lifted by the kindness of a stranger and the promise of a new beginning waiting for her just beyond the gate. Was the woman on the motorbike just a random detail, or is she someone important? Diem will meet again. Could that unconditional kindness be the first sign of a positive shift in Diem's life? The kind woman was far away now, the sound of the motorbike engine dissolving into the silence of the countryside. Diem quietly inhaled the chilly air. A feeling of peace she hadn't known in a long time enveloped her. She didn't regret refusing the offer to stay the night. She knew that the place she needed to belong was right behind this gate. The determination to wait right at this doorstep was part of her atonement, a part of her final perseverance. She leaned her back against the wooden gate, which had faded with time, feeling the cold seep through her thin clothing. Her eyes closed, not from utter exhaustion, but because her heart was finally at rest. The chirping of the night crickets, instead of being a lonely soundtrack, as before, now hummed like a gentle lullaby. Diem drifted off to sleep. In her fitful dream, she didn't see the old storms or the dark abyss. Instead, she saw a warm kitchen filled with the aroma of the yam soup that the old woman used to cook. She heard the hearty laughter of Mr. Thu, the man who had once shielded her with unconditional love. The dream felt like a sweet prophecy, promising a reunion. Her tired heart was now lifted by the kindness of strangers and the definite promise of a new start. She knew that when the sun rose, her destiny would begin anew, right here. At the same time, in a peaceful house not far away, Tuan finally stretched and woke up after a seemingly endless sleep. His body still felt a little weary, but the dull, heavy sluggishness had significantly decreased. He was gradually regaining his energy, the energy that the persistent headaches had threatened to steal forever. A craving to work to be useful was an instinctual need that surged within him. He watched the old woman bustling around preparing a simple breakfast. He decided he had to go to the rice fields with her today, not just to help with the chores, but also to physically recondition himself. His legs and muscles needed to be woken up after a long series of days lying immobile. As they walked out to the lush green rice paddies under the early morning sun, a false sense of peace washed over Tuan. He bent down to pull weeds, his hands touching the damp soil, a strangely familiar sensation. But even while focused on the labor, Tuan couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing, that an invisible void was surrounding him. His memory, covered by a thick layer of fog, stubbornly refused to give up its buried secrets. And then, as he was helping the old woman carry bundles of dry straw, a passing scent from the nearby bamboo thicket triggered a blinding jolt in his mind. A fragment of an image flashed. It wasn't a dream, but a terrifyingly real sensation. A stabbing pain in his skull, the looming shadow of a tall man above him, and a cold steel-like blow striking the back of his neck. The vision lasted only for a blink, but it was powerful enough to yank Tuan out of reality. He dropped the bundle of straw, collapsing to the ground, his hands clamped tightly over his head. His breathing became shallow and rapid, and he broke out in a cold sweat. The memory was still vague and messy, no clear face, no clear location, but the fear and the physical pain from that moment remained perfectly intact, like a deep, indelible scar etched into his soul. The old woman quickly ran to him, her face completely undisguised in its worry. "Tuan, what's wrong, my child? Is it a headache again?" Tuan tried to calm himself. His voice choked. "Grandma, I just remembered a little bit. An attack. I was hit in the head very hard. She gently took his hand, her knowing eyes looking deep into his. It's okay, my boy. Breathe deeply. I know you are in pain. But see, the fact that you remember is a good sign. It means your memory is coming back. She slowly soothed his trembling back. You are safe now. You are here with Grandma. Don't try too hard. Let everything come back slowly. The old woman's gentle, steady presence was the anchor that helped Huyen cling to reality. Her loving words reassured him that he was sheltered and that he didn't have to fight the ghosts of the past alone. After he had settled down, Huyen looked at her, his eyes full of gratitude. He hesitantly asked, worried about his place, Grandma, can I stay with you a little longer? I'm afraid my old landlord won't let me stay, or that I'll be bothering you. The old woman clasped his hand even tighter, her face lighting up with boundless warmth. What are you talking about, Huyen? You don't have to worry about a thing. You stay here until you are completely well, until you get everything back. This is your home. You can consider me family. I've been lonely for too long. Tears welled up in Huyen's eyes. This kindness, after all the fear and brokenness, was the most precious gift. He promised her with a resolute voice, I promise you, Grandma, I will do everything I can to help with the farm work. I will find a way to earn money to contribute to the living costs. I don't want to be a burden. The old woman's face beamed. She patted his hand, her eyes sparkling with appreciation. You are a good man, Huyen. I believe in you. While Huyen was beginning his physical and mental recovery journey in the field just a few miles away, Diem was fast asleep, her mind soothed by hope. Though they didn't know each other, both were fighting the fragments of a brutal past and searching for a safe place. Diem's perseverance waiting at the gate and Huyen's revitalization in the field created an invisible intersection, like two threads of destiny slowly being drawn closer together. This moment marks a major turning point, a new lease on life for both storylines. Diem has found her destination, and Huyen has found the will to live and face the truth. Both are moving forward toward an inevitable point of convergence. The night finally gave way to the light. The first rays of morning sun pierced through the bamboo grove, illuminating the dirt path. The crowing of roosters echoed throughout the village. Diem stirred awake. Her body was a little stiff from the night dew, but her spirit was light and bright. She stared at the wooden gate in front of her, the place that held stories, emotions, and perhaps the key to her future. A strong sense of anticipation rose mixed with an almost breathless hope. Inside the house, the old woman, Mr. Thu's mother, was the first to wake up. She got up, prepared tea, and got ready to go to the garden. When she opened the main door, a stream of warm sunlight flooded the house. She walked to the gate. She placed her hand on the latch, preparing to open it. In her mind, today would be a normal day, filled with farm work and taking care of her son. She had absolutely no idea that just outside this silent gate, a witness to the past, a part of destiny that would put an end to her endless suffering, was sitting there waiting. The dry click of the door latch echoed, and that simple sound served as the trumpet blast for a reunion, a revelation, and a new beginning that would change the lives of everyone involved. Will the old woman recognize the girl slumped by the porch? What will Mr. Thu's reaction be when he sees her again? Stay tuned for the next chapter to uncover the veil of secrecy about to be lifted. Tuan, the unwavering resolve. After that promising moment with the old woman, a new surge of life truly flowed into Tuan's veins. He felt the weight of gratitude outweighing his physical pain. But even as he tried to reassure the old woman with his promises, the chilling sensation from the memory of the beating still haunted him. The fragment of memory about a flickering silhouette and the hard blow to the head replayed constantly like a horror film without an end. He knew that as long as he couldn't remember his attacker, he wasn't truly safe. The new hope ignited within him was not about forgetting, but about the determination to find the truth. He looked around the field. His eyes weren't merely observing nature, but scanning, searching for a sign, a small detail that might reveal the past. He began to realize that everything here was profoundly strange, yet deep within his subconscious, he felt an invisible thread connecting him to this land, to these people. Tuan's recovery was not just about patching up physical wounds, but the process of unlocking a Pandora's box full of secrets and dangers. The moment of truth, at the same time not far away on the doorstep of Mr. Thu's house, Diem was fast asleep. In her fitful sleep, she dreamt a strange dream. She saw a man with his back to her, trying to run away from something. She called his name, but he didn't turn around. Then the scene shifted to a dark room filled with screams and the sound of crashing objects. An unnamed anxiety colder than the morning dew gripped her. The dream was unclear, but it troubled her, making her wonder if the peace she was seeking truly existed, or if it was just a fragile illusion. The light of dawn filtered through the bamboo grove. Early morning fog enveloped Mr. Thu's roof, creating an ethereal yet solitary scene. The old woman, Mr. Thu's mother, was the first to wake up. After several days of deep sleep, due to exhaustion from work, she felt unusually refreshed. She got out of bed, stepped into the kitchen to prepare breakfast, and brewed a pot of hot tea, an essential start to any new day. When she reached the wooden gate, her hand rested on the cold iron latch. She took a deep breath of the morning air. She had no idea that right after this unconscious act of opening the gate, her life, Mr. Thu's life, and perhaps even Tone's life, would step into a completely new chapter. Click. The dry sound of the latch unhooking echoed in the stillness. The gate slowly swung open. The morning sunlight shone directly onto Diem's sleeping face. The old woman froze. Her aged eyes widened, unable to believe the sight before her. A young girl, thin and frail in tattered clothes, was curled up asleep right on the doorstep. But what made the old woman stiffen wasn't this sudden appearance, but the familiar face, though it was much more gaunt than she remembered. Diem. She gasped, her voice trembling, mixing intense shock with profound emotion. That small but emotionally charged call jolted Diem awake. She opened her eyes, her first gaze meeting the kind, wrinkled, yet intensely loving face of the old woman. Tears immediately streamed down her face. After so much hardship, she'd finally found family. She tried to stand up, but her body stiff from the cold, and fatigue made her stagger. "Grandma!" Diem's voice caught in her throat, a single address carrying the weight of a painful journey. The old woman quickly rushed forward, and embraced the girl. It wasn't just the hug of an old acquaintance, but an embrace that soothed every wound, every storm Diem had endured. My goodness, child, what has become of you? Why didn't you knock? Where have you been? What have you been doing to suffer like this? The old woman's own tears fell, not out of sadness, but from overwhelming relief and profound pity. The commotion and the sound of crying woke Mr. Thu. He hurried out his face, still groggy and full of confusion. When he saw his mother embracing a girl at the gate, he was bewildered. "Mom, what's wrong? Who is this?" Before Mr. Thu could finish, the old woman released. Diem took her hand and turned to her son. "Me? Siu, it's Diem. The child has returned." The moment Mr. Thu looked directly at Diem, the air seemed to thicken. Diem looked at him, the kind man she had once respected immensely. But Mr. Thu's reaction was not the joyous outburst his mother had shown. His face turned pale, and his eyes flashed with an elusive expression. Relief, yes, but deeply underlying, it was extreme anxiety, perhaps even a hint of fear. He took a small step back, as if startled by her appearance. "Diem, why are you here?" Mr. Thu's voice was dry, lacking the warmth she had hoped for. Diem sensed the strangeness. That coldness felt like a bucket of cold water thrown onto her newly kindled hope. She tried to explain, but the words caught in her throat. The old woman immediately noticed the tension and ushered Mr. Thu inside. "What are you doing?" "Thu, go. Prepare hot water and some porridge for her. This girl has suffered so much. Don't just stand there dazed." As Mr. Thu retreated indoors, his face still ghostly white, the old woman gently guided Diem into the house. She had no idea that Diem's return was not just a reunion, but the bringing of a key of fate, one that could unlock the dark secrets hiding the truth about Tuan's attacker. The looming question: are the lives of Tuan, who is beginning his recovery nearby, and Diem directly related? What will Diem's sudden arrival force Mr. Thu to confront Will? She noticed the change in him and began to ask difficult questions. Life truly is an unpredictable script where two individuals pushed to the brink of despair are drawn back together by destiny. The journeys of Tuan and Diem are not just stories of survival. They are a test of truth and faith. In this chaotic world, where cruelty and hardship can easily obscure kindness, Tuan and Diem found light through the compassion of strangers, the woman on the motorbike, and the gentle old woman. But the biggest question remains unanswered, and that is, what dark connection forced these two fates to endure such separate storms? We need to conduct a thorough analysis of the plot clues that have been revealed. Diem's destination versus Mr. Thu's reaction. She arrived at Mr. Thu's doorstep, a place where she sought comfort and safety. It's a place she trusted. But Mr. Thu's reaction, as seen in the previous segment, was one of fear and avoidance. Could the place Diem believes is a haven actually be the eye of the storm? Tuan's proximity and trauma. He is recovering his memory. What he remembers most clearly is a violent blow to the back of his head and a flickering silhouette. He is located very close to the village sheltered by the old woman someone who knows both Mr. Thu and Diem. This coincidence cannot be random. Every arrow points to the same geographic area. This leads us to a terrifying hypothesis that we must confront: the fear factor. Diem's appearance terrified Mr. Thu rather than moving him to joy. Could her return expose a secret he is desperately trying to hide? This secret might be directly linked to Tuan's assault. Did Mr. Thu attack Tuan to protect something, or perhaps due to a personal vendetta? The connection between the protagonists. Could Tuan be someone Diem once knew? If Tuan was the victim of revenge, was Diem the original target? Tuan's memory loss could be a key plot device established to protect him from excessively painful memories or to conceal his true identity. Benevolence as a mask. Both Diem and Tuan are sheltered by kind people. But what if that kindness is just a screen for a larger conspiracy? Is there a hidden villain monitoring their every move, waiting for the right moment to deliver the final blow? This is the moment when our faith in human kindness is most fiercely tested. Empathy and resilience are the light, but is that light strong enough to dispel the darkness of betrayal and violence lurking nearby? The reunion of Diem and Mr. Thu's family has set the stage for a fateful collision. We have Diem, who carries innocence, hope, and a desperate yearning for a safe home. We have Tuan, who carries amnesia, physical pain, and a craving for his stolen truth. What will happen when these two pieces snap into place? The trigger moment. Tuan will start working in the village and accidentally see Diem. The moment their eyes meet could fully trigger his blocked memory. Will he remember Diem as an ally or an enemy? The reckless move. Mr. Thu, under the pressure of Diem's return, will take desperate action to protect his secret, perhaps inadvertently pushing both protagonists into greater danger. The catalyst. The old woman's kindness will be the catalyst. It is she, with her understanding and sensitivity, who will be the first to realize the strange connection between the girl who just returned and the amnesiac boy staying in her house. In summary, the story is no longer about a new beginning. It is about the final showdown with the forces that attempted to destroy them. The journeys of Tuan and Diem teach us that even in the most solitary and devastating moments, we can still find the strength to rise. But will that strength be enough for them to confront the shocking secret that lies ahead? Dear viewers, this is the time we need your sharpest insights, your prediction. Should Diem trust Mr. Thu? Or should she seek help from Tuan even though he has memory loss? Comment, if you were Tuan, which fragment of memory would you want back the most right now? Share your theories below, because every opinion might be the missing piece to solving this tangled web of emotions, secrets, and desires.